So here we have a situation where we're not told what the common difference is. We're also not told what the value of the first term is. So since there's two unknowns, it sounds like we're going to have to create a system of two equations with two unknowns to figure out what they are. So let's see how that looks. Write a rule for the nth term if a sub 5 equals 10 and a sub 30 equals 110. So starting with a sub n equals a sub 1 plus d times n minus 1, we can do it where n equals 5 and a sub 5 equals 10. We can do another one when n equals 30 and a sub 30 is equal to 110. So let's work on this side. A sub n is going to be a sub 5, which is 10. So substitute 10 for this position. Then keep a sub 1, because that's one of your unknowns that you don't know. Also, keep the d, because you don't know what that is. This n here is 5. So 5 minus 1 goes right there. So if we simplify this equation, we're going to have 10 equals a sub 1 plus 4d. Now let's work with this information. We know that the first term, a sub 30, I'm sorry, not the first term, the 30th term, a sub 30, is 110. So make that substitution on the left. We don't know a sub 1. We don't know d. But we know that we're using n equals 30 inside the parentheses. So it's 30 minus 1. So this becomes 110 is equal to a sub 1 plus, this is 29, so 29d. If I write this over here, I've got 110 equals a sub 1 plus 29d. Our choices are to solve this system of two equations with two unknowns using substitution or using elimination. Personally, I would use elimination. If I simply multiply a negative 1 times the first boxed equation, that makes this 10 negative. That makes this a sub 1 negative. That makes this 4d negative. And I can draw my line and add straight down. No longer using this version. Okay, I'm adding a multiple of one equation to the other. So, 110 minus 10 is 100. A sub 1 minus a sub 1 is 0. 29 minus 4d is 25d. Luckily, when you divide both sides by 25, it goes into 100 evenly. And you just learned that the common difference is 4. You still need to figure out what the first term value is, so use either of your two original equations, plug in 4 for d, and solve for a sub 1. So I'm going to use the first one here. 10 equals a sub 1 plus 4 times 4. And so that means you've got 10 equals a sub 1 plus 16. Subtract 16 from both sides. Learn that the value of your first term is actually a negative 6. Now let's remember what the question was. The question was, write a rule for the nth term using this structure. So, going back to the very beginning, a sub n equals the value of the first term, which is negative 6, plus d, which is 4, times n minus 1. And that's how you find the nth rule.